Yahweh, cut that. Cut that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hello, my people. Hello, everyone. And thank you for tuning in to the first ever Yahweh After 90 Minutes podcast. Your
Yahweh.
Yeah, buddy. You have your host, Eddie, and
Diego, what up, what up, what up?
what's up, D, man? How you doing?
Shit, bro, I got my coffee ready. I'm ready to see, what the hell you're getting me into here. But I'm excited.
What did we get ourselves into? That's the question, right?
Yeah. How you doing, man? How's your Friday
I'm
going?
good, man. I'm good. I'm good. Living this COVID-19 life, man. This whole self-quarantine, social distancing at its best. We're trying to stay away from people as much as we can to try to prevent, the passing on or, keeping this coronavirus alive. So it's been crazy. It's been different, right? So we've never experienced this, but hence the COVID, it got my juices going, my
Yeah, boy.
thoughts going.
Yeah.
So hence, once again, this is why you guys are staring at our faces right now. So
Yeah.
came up
I
with
mean,
this.
I'll be honest, dude. I was, we've been recording, practicing a little bit, and I had to come over here because down there was too low so you could see my double chin too much. I was like, fuck, man. Like, I got to be up high so they won't see how fat I am now.
That COVID pounds, man. That got you. How many pounds have you gained? I feel like everyone I see out there, everyone's messaging or everyone's putting in, social media like, oh, I've gained 20 pounds. Or once we get out of, social distancing or quarantine, we'll be, 20 pounds heavier.
Yeah. I mean, I think sooner than later, we would hope we're going downhill now, right? But sooner than later, we're out there playing, doing what is it, go to the gym or whatnot, and uh, you know, get back to a regular weight. I don't care anymore. I mean, it's not like I'm sitting here. It's not like I'm sitting here drinking every day, but
Well, we basically are. I think most of the people that I see posting stuff is like, the thing that they care about is like having drinking, and like people are saying, oh my god, I'm starting to drink at 9 a.m. It's like, wow, all right, good for you. That's how you want to live this social distancing and quarantine. Hey, so, do you.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, it's Friday. I don't even know what that means. I guess like every day seems the same to me. But for the time being, I guess, this is the weekend, so let's fucking go. Uh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, man, like I said, I got my coffee. I want to thank you, Eddie, for, giving me this idea, having me as your co-host, getting me out of my comfort zone, first off, man. I mean, I never thought I would do something like this. This is definitely not me, but, I'll tell you something. When you're sharing the, thought process, the idea you had, I'm like, let's do it. I'm fucking down. It all sounds like good things. So yeah, I mean, thank you for that. I mean, and people that are, checking this out, we're not live yet. So the people that are hearing our recording, thank you. I mean, you could be doing anything else right now. Not really. I mean, there's not really much else you can do, but no, still thank you. I mean, appreciate you guys. I mean, if you guys think that this might not be your cup of tea, I mean, I get it, fair enough. But I think if you guys know someone that want to come shoot the shit with us and hang out and talk, hey, send them our way. Like we appreciate you guys giving us a chance. But if you know someone and this isn't you, I get it. So yeah, I mean, same over here, Eddie. We're pretty chill. COVID's been
Yeah.
right. I can't complain. Look at the positive of it. I'm sure these people hear about the COVID all the time, so we're not gonna fucking talk about the COVID. But yeah, staying busy with work. You know, we're blessed that we're still working. You know, so we take it day by day. Be grateful. You know, shout out to my girlfriend. She's a nurse, so she's in the first line. So, you know, I'm staying positive and hoping that, you know, like I said, we're downhill now. You know, if it has to be another 30 days, I don't think it's good, but I think it's the right thing. I don't know. You know, the only thing I will have to say about the COVID, and then I'll shut up, is at first I think people weren't taking it as serious, right? Obvious, but you know, more like what the fuck's going on? We're gonna work from home. People started posting Snapchats and uploading pictures of their work environment at home and drunk by 10. And then
Just
when shit started
just
hitting
everyone.
the fan, hitting the fan, and furloughs or, you know, no checks or whatnot, they're like, Yahweh, like, you know, it comes up to, yeah, like chill, like, so,
Yeah, ¿dónde está mi cheque?
so yeah, I get it, man. I know it's serious stuff and it's sad, and, you know, but I always say out of everything, you got to look at something positive. So, you know, like I said, I just hope that we're downhill from here and, you know, hoping for the best.
Yeah, no, I'm totally with you. You know, I think not only us here in the U.S., but you know the whole world, right? Like you look at, and for us being, you know, soccer players and, you know, keeping up with sports. I mean, God, you know, I have no idea what, you know, it just sucks not having sports and being able to, you know, turn on the TV on a Sunday morning and watching the, you know, the Premier League, or you know, watching the Cubbies. Like, come on, man. Like, I have no idea. It's been tough. It's been hard, and you know, around this time, the NBA playoffs would start. I know the Bulls aren't that great, and I don't even want to get on talking about the Lakers, but yeah, I think the only thing going for us here in Chicago, and you know, is the Last Dance with, you know, with MJ. So that's been pretty cool. Yeah, yeah. See, I think you're playing it in the background, but
I
yeah,
watched it like 50 times, dude, but I don't care.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's so that's what's kept us going, and just like I said, just trying to keep you know, a healthy mindset, and trying to think positive. And I think that's what got me going again, thinking about, like, you know, get this podcast going, and you know, chatting with friends and talking about their you know, their life story. And you know, I think one of the biggest things with this podcast is we want people to feel happy. If you had a shitty day at work, like, we want you to tune in, or at least, you know, send us a message, and you know, what would make you happy. You know, we're more than happy, as this podcast progresses. We're more than happy to you know, get any feedback, and we're more than happy to mold this podcast to kind of, you know, get a broader audience. And like Diego was mentioning before, you know, if you don't like it, if it's not your cup of tea, but you know, just tell us, right? Give us a thumbs down, or but if you know someone else that, you know, you might have heard a story that we talked about, that they might have, you know, they could take it and learn from it, please tell them to listen to our podcast. And like I said, I think we got our first our Facebook page up today. Thank you, D, for putting that together. um
That was
but again but again, I think what we, you know, Diego and I have been going back and forth this whole week, as to, you know, trying to come up with the right, you know, monologue, with the right ideas and the right dialogue and all of that. And you know, we're trying to do this. We're pretty much first time podcasters, so you know, stay tuned. Hopefully we'll get better as time progresses.
we
um
will, Eddie. We will. Don't worry, man. I mean, it's, you know, we're we're new to the game, but you know, we pick up fast. That's what we do, man. We grab the bulls from the horns, and let's go, baby. I mean, uh, I don't think there's anything that I've noticed or I've witnessed that you've gotten into that, you know, you really haven't excelled or whatnot, even if it's, you know, sports or whatnot. So I know this is going to be, that's not the least of my worries. You know, I think that if anything, like I said, it's just, you know, it tailored to the right people, to the right audience, to the people that want to come shoot the shit. It's not going to be for everyone, but I mean, let's not get too much into that. I'm ready to fucking lay it down on them. If you are, just lay the wood. Just kind of explain what we got. You know, I think there's 6 things we want to talk about, which are the obvious. The what, the who, the where, the why, the how. I don't know how we're gonna do this. Being our first time, hopefully we don't talk over each other as much. But we're just gonna give you a brief, uh, short rundown of what each one's gonna be dealing with, and take it from there. So tell them Yahweh after 90 minutes.
Yeah.
What is it?
So Yahweh after 90 minutes, you might be thinking to yourself, Yahweh, what does that mean? So Yahweh means, being a Latino, being a Mexicano, Yahweh means like, man, enough, like that's it, right? Enough is enough. Like, I think that's what everyone right now is thinking in their heads, right? With this social distancing and quarantine, it's like, Yahweh, like enough is enough. Like, we need to get back to our daily routines. So, and then, the after 90 minutes, I think as people listen to us, some athletes, some might not be athletes, but for us athletes and for us that played soccer, 90 minutes means, that time period that you spend in the field, soccer field, going all 100%. People might put you down, you get back up and keep fighting. You might be playing against their best player, and you just, you think about different ways that you come up with different ideas. You're going to take care of them, or at least, mark them. But 90 minutes, you give it all out 100% on those 90 minutes. And, that's what Yahweh after 90 minutes it's all about. And, we want to bring you guys some kick-ass stories of people that we've played with before, of people that we met through playing soccer.
Yeah. I think that comes down to, we'll get that when we explain like who exactly it's tailored for. Like I was telling Eddie, I think that the what exactly in details, Eddie, is these are going to be short episodes, right? These are going to be short episodes that both Eddie comes up with these ideas, I come up with these ideas, you guys come up with these ideas, you give us some feedback. So it's short episodes, short ideas. Share your stories. This is not going to be 90 fucking minutes, so don't freak out.
No.
We're trying to, we're trying to throw a little wisdom out there, drop some knowledge. That's what pretty much that's what it is. Short and sweet episodes, ideas, stories, and like I said, the people that we bring in that share a little bit of their wisdom, what worked for them, what didn't, and gain some knowledge off of this. If anything, we want to add value for the people that we bring, for them to provide some value, Eddie to provide some value. It could be the slightest thing, as long as there's something that you get out of it. Even if you want to come on here and just laugh at us for, how dumb we sound, or I don't know, whatever it is, but
Yeah. I think also to that point, right, is we want to use this podcast as a platform for people to tell us their stories, right? Tell us how they grew up, like what were some of the biggest, mistakes they made, what were some of the biggest hurdles they jumped over, and where they are now. And it's more of like giving them this platform to give us their story, because I've heard them. And I'm like, man, if if we could get this together, or like put this on a podcast or something, or just put this out there, there's a lot of people that could benefit from that, and I know that. So it's pretty strong. Some of these stories or some of these guests that I have in mind to bring on, or tell them to join us and tell us how, their life stories and their ups and downs, like that's yeah, I think it's going to be very, very positive.
So you ask yourself who, like, we said the what, the who, basically, obviously it's Eddie and I, right? He's the host, I'm the co-host. You know,
But we're a team. We're a team.
We're open for suggestions, obviously. You know, anything that you think that's going to bring value into the show, let's fucking do it. But, you know, obviously we're tailored to athletes, public speakers, old friends, local business, you know, anything that pretty much anyone that wants to come in here and, you know, drop some knowledge, or if you have a kick-ass fucking story, that's what we want to hear. That's what we want to bring.
So yeah, no, definitely. Like I said, it's definitely not 90 minutes. It's 30 minutes, but
well, I mean,
it could
be 20, it could be 25, it could be less than 30. I don't fucking know, you know, like at the end of the day, it's not going to be 90 minutes. It's going to be short segments. I think, you know, and that brings the point, where is it going to be? Well, it's going to be here. I mean, we got nowhere else to go, right? We're at stay at home right now. So until further notice, both me and Eddie are going to be from, you know, with these circumstances, we're going to be from our house. As it progresses, obviously me and Eddie want to link up. We want to link up and we want to do this live. And in a live setting, we're both from Chicago. So, you know, it works out perfect. But for our guests, maybe not, you know. Our guests might be across the country. They might be overseas. They might be somewhere else. I mean, where I'm getting at is the people that we have in mind, they don't exactly live in Chicago. So I think that's going to be the unique, cool thing about, you know, the people that we bring in, is that they're not local. Of course, we got a lot of people in mind that are local, but we also want to hear other parts of the world. And, you know, that's pretty much where it's going to happen.
Yeah. No, that's a great point, D. And, you know, like we said before, it's all about the kick-ass stories, right? It's all about the feel good, you know, make you feel good inside and make you feel like, man, I could do that, or you know, I'm going through that, you know, that problem right now, and you know, maybe with what we say, or the guests that we bring on, it helps you kind of see it differently, and it helps you, you know, go a different direction, right? So that's what we want to do.
Definitely. You know, and we've been going back and forth on, you know, when it's going to be a particular.
We went back and forth with what, like with the name, right?
That's how it is. You know, you know, if both Eddie and I agreed on everything, then, you know, what was the whole point of this? This is what I told Eddie, and then Eddie can reflect on what he thinks. I told Eddie that I want people to understand that, yes, we're fucking doing this right now because, you know, we're sitting at home thinking of things we could do, or things that are, you know, going to make us better. And obviously
we don't have sports too.
or podcasting was one of them. But, you know, this isn't a short thing for us. It's not short term. I told Eddie, if we're going to do this, we're going to put, you know, foot to the pedal, and let's do it for as long as we fucking can.
So give us a little bit of more of a rundown on that, D.
Well,
what are we thinking? Give it to the crowd, give it to the people.
I think that, you know, with the time that we have in our hands right now, hopefully we can knock out an episode a week. I don't know, you know, but once we go back into our normal lives and, you know, family, kids, work, etc., you know, if we could get 1 to 2 episodes a month, I think we would be in good standing. That's what we're shooting for.
Yeah, and like Diego said, and I mentioned earlier before, we started our fan page on Facebook. We also have, you know, Instagram and Twitter. So make sure to, you know, follow us on that, and, you know, keep track of us, right? As Diego just said, we you know, we're gonna try to put some episodes together. So stay tuned on those you know, those sort of, you know, advertisements that we're gonna put some drops here and there of who the next you know, our next guest is going to be. And, you know, we just want this to be interactive. Like, if you guys have things you guys want to tell us, things that we could change, we're more than happy to do that. But again, I can't believe it's the first episode of Yahweh after 90 minutes.
First episode,
man,
baby.
Isn't that crazy?
I don't know. Hopefully many to come, right? So
yeah.
This is the most important one that, you know, hopefully we don't get all mixed up and we deliver our message. I'm going to go ahead and explain why we wanted to do it, why I wanted to do this, why I jumped on the boat with Eddie. And I said, yeah, let's fucking do this. You know, this is the light bulb that hit me. And then Eddie will share his, you know, his point of view. You know, I think, you know, going back to stories, sharing, you know, sharing stories, knowledge, wisdom, you know, whatever it is, etc. Importantly, I think that the people that you meet in your life through your path, from middle school, grade school, college, high school, your job, out on and about on the streets and the party, you know, not acquaintance, but people that actually stick with you in your life, they kind of chime in on the type of person or the type of, you know, the character persona that you are. In other words, you know, it's not like they're influencing, they're an influence of who you turn out to be, but that's where you make decisions, right? Like, oh, well, you started hanging out with this guy the other day and now it's 3 weeks in and he's doing things you've never done. And you're like, all right, well, I fucking want to do things with this guy. So, you know, like I said, I think that meeting people and somehow if they stick with you, that's how you somehow turn out to be the person you are. I'm not saying entirely, but at least that's how I feel that for me, that's how it was. We got to deal with a lot of people that were from different places, different backgrounds, and we learned off of each other. So to me, like I said, that's why I wanted to do it. I wanted to kind of reconnect with these people again, and you know, hear them out. Hear, you know, if we think the same or what stories, what messages do they have? And I think that me and Eddie are both fortunate to have you know, met people from all across the country and, you know, even overseas. And that's when, you know, that's when the light bulb hit. I was like, I want to bring these people in, you know, I want to talk to them again and, you know, let's shoot the shit, let's hang out and maybe like a podcast or something, you know, and like I said, and we relate to their background. And I'm like, fuck, I'm doing this now because I remember seeing that 3 years ago when I used to live with that guy or when I used to hang out with that guy, and it stuck with me ever since. So, like I said, I'm not saying it's for everyone. Everyone reacts to it that way, but it was just how I thought I would bring value into this. So that was my why, you know, and obviously Eddie has a different why, but it all worked out. We're all on the same page. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, I think, you know, I think the reason why I also reached out to Diego with this crazy idea of mine was because Diego and I feed off of each other, right? We go back and forth, right? We make each other, you know, we say some stupid stuff here and there, like we just crack up, make jokes, and that's what we also want to get going, right? With this podcast, like make jokes, crack up, you know, we want to make people laugh too, right? Be dumb once in a while too, but also, you know, like I said, we want to share people's stories and where they are now, and you know, go back to talking about, you know, what we did while growing up, and like, you know, once again, my whole idea behind this was after a soccer game, you know, you kick back, or any rec leagues, you know, any athlete might, you know, pretty much does the same thing after they're done with college, or they don't, you know, make it to the pros, you know, they play in rec leagues, right? So they go play hockey, soccer, basketball, you name it, right? And after that, you hang out with the buddies, right? You hang out with the buddies, you kick back, you have a couple of brews, and once again, you start telling stories, right? And these stories are really, really interesting because now everyone, you know, you go back 15 years, everyone was playing together, and everybody was a team, and I guess that's what's cool about sports too is that you might play with, you know, someone from a different nationality than you are, right? And you start, you know, hanging out with them and going back to their, you know, their houses with their family, and you start, you know, liking some of their food, and it's just like you take little things from each of those, you know, those persons. And I guess this goes back to your point, Diego, like you start taking a little bit of, you know, some of that flavor that you like there, you like this flavor, you like that, you like put it all together, and that's what makes you who you are.
Yeah.
And you know, it just gets you seeing the world differently, right?
Yeah, I heard this somewhere in I think it was a buddy that pretty much just started podcasting too. He mentioned how obviously it's obvious that not everyone is the same. Every individual is differently. Even if you have a twin, you guys are still different. You know, the way you think and everything. You might look the same, but everyone's completely different. So it's cool to see how these people impact you and how you turn out, how you're tailored. You get what I mean? Or do you want to be like that person, or you want to be somewhat like that person, but your own identity? So, I thought
Yeah,
those were all good ideas that, would bring some value into this. I think that went well. I think the why went well. I think we got a message across of what exactly, what, why are we doing this? I mean, and the other things that I thought about, I was like, well, shit goes bad or whatever. I was like, you got nothing to lose, right?
yeah, and
Then
I guess yeah, go.
hold on, couple months from now, they'll be like, you remember you motherfuckers tried to start a podcast and shit, and then that'll be the talk of when we see our friends, or I mean, we're not demanding anyone to listen to us, right? There's no gun in your head saying, hey, go listen to us. It's good message,
Yeah,
good vibes. That's all we got, and we're not
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
ourselves. So come on, man.
No, 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 no way. To piggyback off of that, D, is the why also is, we want to help people. Like myself, like, I've been helped through some rough times in my life, and I want to help people. I want to hopefully bring good messages that make people start thinking the way they are living their lives, the way that, I'm not saying that I'm a coach or you know, a life coach or anything like that, but
Motivational
you know,
speaker.
yeah, no way. No way, man. But yeah, it's all about like helping people, right? So, right now as we speak, I know it's very tough on people that have lost their jobs and everything, and a lot of a lot of local businesses as well have closed down. I was just reading an article the other day where one of the local breakfast shops here in Chicago closed down. So it was pretty sad that it closed down. But again, one of the things that I want to do is I want to help support the local community and the local restaurants. And we want to be able to, if you have a local restaurant in your neighborhood that you want to support, or you want to, want us to give a shout out to, we're more than happy to do that. So, and I think that's one of the biggest things. I want to help people. I love helping people. If I'm able to help, put you in contact with, with someone to get you a job, get you whatever you need, like, I'm more than happy to do that. And I'm not expecting nothing back. I love to do that, right? I've through my years of growing up, I got a lot of help from a lot of good people, and like I said, I'd never expect anything back. And I think, and I'm very appreciative of the people that I've met throughout my years and my life. And every time I get a chance to go back to my community, to the community I grew up in, or the store that I used to work at, like, I go back and pretty much go say hi to everyone, right? Like, they become my family. That's how much I cared about these people. But like I said, we want to support the local community, local businesses, and we'll do anything to help out anyone that's in need. Put you in contact if you guys need anything. Like, we're more than happy to help.
Yeah, I think those are good points. Those are that's good stuff. That's something that, if anything, Eddie's your guy to go to. He's always been the one to know the right person to talk to, because at the end of the day, you could have a fucking bachelor and a doctorate and a double major in something, but you also need to know people, right? So that's a good trait that Eddie has. I think to wrap up the why, um, we might not be those motivational speakers or those people that will tell you the do's and the don'ts, but that's why we want to bring those people here. Okay, we're building the infrastructure here. We're building the surface. We want to bring those people here. So that's that. No more talking about the why. I want you to talk about, I want you to lastly talk about how, Eddie. I mean, right now we're doing Zoom, and I thought it would be good because, we're getting started. We record our stuff, and once we get comfortable, once we get this puppy up in the air, then we can start going live and get more comfortable and get those nerves out and fucking just go with the flow. And I'll stop using these fucking stupid postcards so I can stay in a straight line. But yeah, I mean, this shit's all raw, man. It's all raw. We're not editing anything, I told Eddie, I was like, the public speaking is tough. It's hard, people that are hearing us, they're probably like, what the fuck are they saying? But once you're in the seat, once you're the driver, it's a whole different fucking story, man, to want to get out that message that you have. So it's not easy, but, I think with the comments and the suggestions and everything that you guys drop out to us, that's going to, encourage us to do better. And we're all going to do better. And this is going to be a fucking bang. I have no doubt about it. So
Yeah, definitely on the how, right? As I mentioned before, we want to get Diego and I want to get together. We want to go to different bars and start supporting them again. This goes back to supporting your local community, but we're gonna put this on. We're gonna do it on Zoom. Once we get this rolling, we're definitely want to go live, right? So when it's live, like, if you screwed up, you screwed up. Like, it is what it is. But yeah, we follow us on Instagram at Yahweh_after 90 minutes. We have our Diego, thank you for setting that up. Our fan page at what?
Which one? The Facebook?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just type in Yahweh after 90 minutes. Yeah. Those are all the platforms, right? I think we're gonna throw this recording on YouTube, and then as we progress, I know Eddie has, Eddie's the brain, so he's working with people to get the sponsorship and and all that good stuff. So he's the brains of it. I know I leave that up to him. So
I just keep throwing ideas to Diego, like, and like my head is like poof, poof, poof. Like I keep thinking like, oh my god, like let's make this go big, go huge, and Diego's like, whoa.
This is what I get. So I wanted to say something. This is we got to be respectful of everyone's time. We're a little bit over 30 minutes now, so let's wrap it up. But this is what I have to say on that last note. It's true. Me and Eddie have known each other for many fucking years. I would say since we were little, and that's how we combine well. That's how we mix well. Because Eddie is always a person to look at the big picture and always think big and say, I want fucking David Beckham to come give us 2 minutes of his time on the show.
Maybe one.
Yeah, hold on. And I'm the one that's like, I'm a little bit more realistic. I'm like, Eddie, come on. And then Eddie will be like, that like fires him up. That's his fuel. That's his fuel of, all right, motherfucker, well, I'm going to start with this guy, and then shortly but later I'm going to get that guy, and then you'll see. So that's his fuel. He's always, up here. I'm the one that kind of keeps him here, but that's how we mix well. That's how we keep it cool. Yeah, I mean, that's all I got. That's all I got.
Yeah, well, hey, like Diego said, I think, we're a little bit over the 30 minutes, so we just got started getting excited there for a sec. But like I said, overall, we appreciate you tuning in to our first episode of Yahweh After 90 Minutes. As we keep things rolling, we love to hear your ideas and your suggestions, and give us a follow. As I mentioned, give us a follow on Instagram at Yahweh_90 minutes, after 90 minutes, I'm sorry. Facebook, Yahweh After 90 Minutes, at Twitter, Yahweh After 90 Minutes. We're going to post this on YouTube as well. We're going to have a channel, Yahweh After 90 Minutes. And we really hope that you at least tune back in to hear us out as our next guest. He's a really, really cool dude, really great story. So stay tuned for our little, sort of drops or things that we're going to start doing through the week as we get closer to the interview. So we appreciate you, and once again, we want to provide you guys with kick-ass stories. And we really, really appreciate everyone. Once again, support your local businesses. And, you know, shout out to my team, Deportivo Iguala, all you boys out there, man. Much appreciate, you know, the friendship. And yeah, we're basically, I'm signing out,
Yahweh.
Eddie, and Yahweh.
That's it. I'm gonna
All
let
right.
I'm gonna let the tunes kind of sign off. Once again, man, thanks for hearing us. Stay tuned for, you know, the little breadcrumbs on who our guest is. We're excited. This fucker is perfect for our next episode. He will definitely help us out to get some good fucking energy going here. So I'm excited. I'm fucking excited. Eddie, good job on getting him. We'll see you then. Stay tuned when it's next. Let's see what the hell's playing. But Eddie, cheers, man. Good shit. I think we did well.
See you, man. I'm out.
Oh, fuck. The song stopped. Let's see what else we got. That's two. All right. Shit's whack. Later, guys.
See you, man.